Your grandfather is a liar, Emma. Mr. Sullivan's voice silences the fifth-grade classroom. Emma, 9 years old, feels her face burn. Beside her sits Vincent Hayes, 81, wearing a faded brown cardigan that smells like mothballs. He looks like someone's confused uncle. The teacher holds up Emma's report. Navy SEALs don't wear cardigans from Goodwill. This stolen valor presentation ends now. Vincent says nothing. He stares at the flag in the corner, hands steady on his wooden cane. In 12 minutes, a helicopter will land outside, and Mr. Sullivan will learn what a real SEAL looks like. The fluorescent lights hum overhead in room 217 of Washington Elementary School. Gray linoleum tiles stretch across the floor, scuffed by thousands of sneakers. Bulletin boards display construction paper planets. The air smells like cafeteria pizza and dry erase markers. 30 children sit at cramped desks. Mr. Sullivan stands near the smartboard, one hand gripping a blue marker, the other checking his fitness tracker. He is 38, wearing khaki pants and a button-down shirt with coffee stains. His receding hairline glistens under harsh lighting. He has the posture of someone who considers himself the smartest person in any room. Emma Hayes sits in the front row, trembling. She wears a purple hoodie with a unicorn, jeans with patches, and light-up sneakers. Her backpack, covered in enamel pins, sits at her feet. Tears stream down her freckled cheeks. Her hands clench the desk edge so tightly her knuckles turn white. Vincent Hayes sits beside her in a borrowed chair. The plastic groans under his weight, though he weighs barely 140 pounds. His brown cardigan hangs loose on his shoulders, fabric pilled and worn. Beneath it, a white undershirt and brown corduroy pants that bunch at his ankles. His feet, in scuffed leather loafers, barely touch the ground. The wooden cane rests against his thigh, handle smooth from decades of use. His face tells a story. Deep lines carve through his forehead and frame his mouth. His nose, broken twice and never set properly, lists slightly left. His eyes, pale gray and watery, seem focused on something beyond the classroom walls. His jaw tightens fractionally as the teacher continues speaking. "Class, this is a teachable moment," Sullivan says, pacing. His voice carries the rehearsed cadence of someone who loves hearing himself speak. "We must be critical thinkers. We must verify our sources." He holds up Emma's poster board. She had worked on it for 3 weeks. The title reads, "My Hero, Master Chief Vincent Hayes." Beneath it, carefully glued photographs show a young man in military fatigues, standing on beaches, boarding helicopters, shaking hands with officers. "These could be anyone," Sullivan continues. "Downloaded from Google Images. This man," he gestures dismissively toward Vincent, "does not match these images in any conceivable way." A boy in the third row raises his hand. "My dad says Navy SEALs are like superheroes." "Exactly," Sullivan nods. "And does this man look like a superhero to you?" the class murmurs. Some children giggle. Others look uncomfortable. Vincent's shoulders stiffen imperceptibly. His breathing remains steady, measured. In, hold, out. His left hand trembles slightly, not from fear, but from nerve damage. He shifts his weight, trying to ease the constant ache in his bones. Emma's voice breaks through. "But Pop said—" "Emma," Sullivan interrupts, tone sharpening. "I understand you love your grandfather, but love does not excuse fabrication. This report claims he received a Navy Cross. Do you know how rare that is? Only 1/700 people in American history have received it." He walks closer, looming over Vincent's chair. "Sir, I am going to need you to leave." Vincent slowly lifts his head. His gaze meets Sullivan's. For a fleeting second, something sharp and dangerous peers out from beneath the heavy brows. Then it is gone. "I am just here for my granddaughter," Vincent says. His voice is gravel dragged across concrete. "Trouble is claiming honors you didn't earn," Sullivan snaps. It is offensive to real veterans. Emma sobs harder. She buries her face in her hands. A man sitting in the back near the cubbies shifts in his chair. Marcus Torres has been watching with growing discomfort. He served 8 years in the Marine Corps. 2 tours in Afghanistan. He knows things. He recognizes things. Marcus leans forward, squinting. Vincent's cardigan has a small pin on the lapel. Tarnished, barely larger than a dime. Marcus sees it. His breath catches. It is a trident, not the modern gold Budweiser. This is the old design, blackened metal, the kind worn by plank owners. Marcus pulls out his phone. He types, Vincent Hayes, SEAL. The search results load. His eyes widen. Vincent, the Ghost. Hayes, Master Chief. SEAL team assignments classified. Navy Cross, Silver Star, 2. Bronze Star with Valor, 3. Purple Heart, 4. Credited with 47 confirmed rescues under fire. Marcus opens his text messages. His thumb hovers over a contact. Davis Chen, SEAL instructor, Coronado. Marcus types, "You're not going to believe who's getting disrespected at my kid's school." Vincent Hayes, the Ghost. The response comes instantly. "Are you serious?" Marcus, dead serious. Teacher accusing him of stolen valor. In front of his granddaughter. Another message. "We're running training 4 miles north. DevGru guys, give me the address. Don't let him leave." Marcus sends the school address. Before we continue, if stories of quiet dignity and unsung heroes resonate with you, let me know where you're watching from. This story of Vincent reminds us that true strength never announces itself. I read every comment. Sullivan is still talking. "Emma, I want you to write a new report. A truthful one." Vincent places his hand on Emma's shoulder. He pats twice. "I am here. You are safe." The clock ticks forward. 9 minutes until the helicopter arrives. The sound of rotor blades tears through the morning air. Windows vibrate in frames. Pencils roll off desks. Papers flutter on bulletin boards. Children press faces against glass, pointing at the massive black helicopter descending toward the parking lot. Sullivan's face goes pale. What is that? The helicopter hovers 20 feet above asphalt, downdraft creating a tornado of dust and leaves. UH-60 Blackhawk, matte black with no visible markings except a small trident symbol near the tail rotor. Side doors slide open before it touches down. Marcus Torres in the back stands straighter. He knows that helicopter. His heart pounds. Sullivan moves to the window. "Someone call the principal. This is inappropriate." The helicopter's skids kiss the ground. Rotors continue spinning. From open doors, figures emerge. They move with mechanical precision. Weapons slung across tactical vests. Boots hitting pavement in synchronized rhythm. Sullivan pulls out his phone. "I'm calling 911. Vincent sits motionless. His gray eyes track movement outside with predator focus. His breathing slows. His jaw unclenches. Heavy footsteps echo in the hallway. Not sneakers, combat boots, moving fast. A boy whispers, "Are we being invaded?" "Everyone stay calm," Sullivan says, voice cracking. The footsteps grow louder. 30 pairs of boots. The sound fills the hallway like rolling thunder. Then silence. The classroom door is pushed inward with controlled force. 2 men enter first. Giants, easily 6'3", wearing full tactical gear. Multicam uniforms, plate carriers loaded with magazines, drop-leg holsters, helmets with night vision. They carry suppressed rifles, barrels pointed safely at the floor. "Clear," the first says. "Secure," the second confirms. They step aside, flanking the doorway. Through the door walks a man who radiates authority. Older than the first 2, perhaps 45, weathered face and eyes that have seen things children should never know. His uniform bears Master Chief rank. Name tape reads, Daniels. Behind him, 8 more operators file in. They fill the classroom, transforming it into a forward operating base. The smell of gun oil and tactical gear overwhelms pizza and markers. Sullivan backs against the whiteboard, face gray. "Who are you? This is a school." Master Chief Daniels ignores him. His eyes scan the room, clearing sectors, identifying exits, assessing threats. Then his gaze lands on the old man in the brown cardigan. Daniel's demeanor changes. The tactical operator disappears. What remains is reverence. He walks across the classroom, boots echoing on linoleum. He stops 3 feet from Vincent's chair. His hands move to his sides. His heels click together. His spine straightens. His right hand snaps up in a crisp salute. Master Chief Hayes, Daniels booms. "It is an honor, sir." Vincent looks up. His trembling hand lifts slowly. His elbow straightens. His fingers touch his temple. The salute shakes, but the form is undeniable. "At ease, Chief," Vincent says. Daniels drops his salute but remains at attention. The 7 other operators snap to attention in unison. 8 hands rise. 8 perfect salutes directed at an 81-year-old man in a cardigan. Vincent returns each one, his hand trembling more with each repetition. Daniels turns to Emma, kneeling so he is eye level. "Is this the granddaughter?" Vincent nods. "This is Emma." "Lily," Daniels says gently. "My name is Master Chief Daniels. I work just down the road. We heard there was confusion about who your grandfather is." Emma nods mutely. Daniels reaches to his shoulder and rips off a patch, skull with a trident. He presses it into Emma's hand. "Your grandfather isn't just a SEAL, Emma. He's the reason the rest of us are here. When I was starting out, we studied his missions. He is a legend." He stands and turns to Sullivan. The kindness vanishes, replaced by cold fury. "Are you Mr. Sullivan?" Daniels asks quietly. Sullivan nods, unable to form words. "I'm Master Chief Daniels. I instruct at the Naval Special Warfare Center. I received a call 15 minutes ago about Master Chief Vincent Hayes being accused of stolen valor. By you." Sullivan's mouth opens and closes. "Do you know who Vincent Hayes is?" Daniels asks. Sullivan shakes his head. Daniels turns to the class. "Let me tell you about the man in that chair." He walks to Emma's poster board. Master Chief Vincent Hayes served in the United States Navy for 32 years. He was part of the original SEAL teams before most people knew they existed. He deployed to Southeast Asia during Vietnam. He spent 3 months in rivers and jungles where the enemy controlled everything. He saved 47 lives. Daniels points to a photograph. This picture was taken in 1971. Master Chief Hayes had just completed a 96-hour operation with no sleep, extracting a downed pilot behind enemy lines. He swam 4 miles through hostile territory, located the pilot, and brought him home. He was 26 years old. The classroom is silent. Children who had been giggling sit frozen. In 1983, Master Chief Hayes participated in operations in Central America that remain classified. An entire village of civilians would have been executed if he hadn't intervened. He was shot twice during that operation. He kept fighting. He walks closer to Sullivan. In 1989, during Operation Just Cause, Master Chief Hayes led a direct action mission to secure a hostile airfield. His team was outnumbered 8-1. He was 44 years old. He fought for 11 hours straight. Every member survived. He received his 2nd Silver Star. Daniels stops inches from Sullivan's face. He retired in 1994 after his hip was shattered during a training accident. Doctors said he would never walk again. He walked out 6 months later. Sullivan looks sick. "So when you accuse this man of stolen valor," Daniels says quietly, "you didn't just insult him. You insulted every SEAL who ever served. You insulted the memory of men who didn't come home." Daniels turns back to the class. "Listen up. You are going to meet a lot of people. Some will be loud, some will brag, some will tell you how great they are." He points at Vincent. "And some will be quiet, but never judge a book by its cover. The quietest is often the most dangerous and the most heroic." Daniels looks at Vincent. "Sir, we have a vehicle outside. We have new recruits on the grinder who need to see what a real frogman looks like. Would you and your granddaughter join us for lunch?" Vincent looks at Emma. "What do you think, sweetheart?" Emma beams. "Yes, Pop." Vincent looks at Sullivan. "I trust that won't be a problem." Sullivan shakes his head vigorously. "No problem. Please go." Vincent pushes himself up from the chair. It takes effort. His hip protests. But he rises, gripping his cane. He stands at full height. He looks at Sullivan. "I don't need your apology. I know what I did. The men who were there know what I did. That's enough." He turns toward the door. The operators form a corridor. They stand at attention as he passes. Emma walks beside him, clutching her patch. The squad files out. Their boots echo down the hallway. The helicopter's rotors spin up outside, sound building to crescendo. Sullivan stands alone in his classroom, staring at the empty doorway. His hands shake. Marcus Torres walks past him. He pauses at the door. "You know what the worst part is?" Marcus says quietly. "He would have forgiven you if you'd just apologized. Men like him don't hold grudges." Marcus leaves. Sullivan sinks into his chair. Through the window, he watches the helicopter lift off. The mess hall smells like coffee and bacon. Long tables stretch in rows, bolted to the floor. Walls display photographs of SEAL history, black and white images of frogmen in Vietnam, color photos of desert operations. Vincent sits at a table near the window, Emma beside him. A tray of food sits untouched: scrambled eggs, toast, fruit. Emma attacks her pancakes with enthusiasm. Around them, the mess hall buzzes. Young sailors grab trays. Instructors huddle in corners. But slowly, the room grows quiet. People notice the old man in the cardigan. Word spreads like ripples. By the time Vincent finishes his first coffee, 30 people have gathered nearby. Master Chief Daniels sits across from Vincent. He has removed his tactical gear, wearing now just the Navy working uniform. A tattoo is visible on his forearm, a trident with deployment dates. "Sir," Daniels says carefully, "would you mind if I asked about the Mekong operation?" Vincent sets down his coffee cup. He looks at Emma. "You sure you want to hear this? It's not a happy story." Emma nods. Vincent's gaze drifts to the window. "It was February 1971. We got word that a pilot was down. His F-4 had been hit. He ejected over the Delta, landed in hostile territory. The Air Force wanted him back." Daniels leans forward. "6 of us went in. Me, Jimmy Chen, Paul Rodriguez, 2 others whose names are still classified, and our lieutenant. We inserted at night, swam upriver for 4 hours. The water was cold. Got into your bones." His hands tremble. He grips his coffee cup. "We found the pilot 3 miles inland, alive but injured. Broken leg, burns. He'd been hiding in the mud. Smart kid. Staying still kept him alive." Emma watches her grandfather's face. The problem was extraction. River was the only way out, but enemy had patrols everywhere. We couldn't call helicopters without giving position, so we swam, took turns carrying the pilot. Vincent pauses. His jaw tightens. "Jimmy and I were carrying the pilot when patrol found us. Maybe 0300 darker than anything you've seen. We heard boats, 2 patrol craft with searchlights. We submerged, but the pilot couldn't hold his breath. Started to panic." The mess hall is silent. Jimmy made a choice. He surfaced, drew patrol's attention, started swimming downstream away from us. The boats followed him. The lieutenant and Rodriguez went after him, trying to provide cover. That left me and the 2 classified guys with the pilot. Vincent's fingers tighten around the cup. We got the pilot out, swam 2 more hours to extraction. Helicopter pulled us up at dawn, but Jimmy didn't make it. He got separated. We searched 3 days. Never found his body. Emma's hand touches her grandfather's arm. "The Navy Cross they gave me was for getting the pilot out," Vincent says. "But Jimmy Chen should have gotten it. He's the one who made the sacrifice. I just swam." Daniels's expression is solemn. "Sir, you did what you were trained to do. So did Jimmy." Vincent looks at Emma. "This cardigan belonged to Jimmy. His wife gave it to me at his memorial. Said he would have wanted me to have it. I wear it because every day I get to be warm is a day he doesn't." People judge what they see. They see age. They see weakness. What they miss is the weight carried inside, the names remembered, the faces in dreams, the promises made to men who never came home. Vincent Hayes wears a cardigan because he refuses to forget. The afternoon sun hangs low over the Pacific. Vincent stands on a pier extending from the base into the bay. Emma sits on a wooden bench, feet dangling, patch carefully pinned to her hoodie. Behind them, the training facility hums. Somewhere distant, instructors bark orders. Boats cut through water. Vincent leans against the railing, cane propped beside him. He stares at the horizon, watching pelicans dive. Master Chief Daniels approaches slowly. "Sir, the Admiral is on his way. Should be here in 20 minutes. Vincent nods, but does not turn around. Sir, can I ask something? Daniel stops a few feet away. Go ahead. That teacher, Sullivan, why didn't you defend yourself? You could have shown medals, discharge papers, DD 214. You could have proven everything immediately. Vincent is quiet. A gull cries overhead. I spent 32 years proving myself, Vincent finally says. To instructors, to commanders, to enemies, to teammates. Every day was a test. Every mission was a chance to fail. He turns slowly. I don't need to prove anything anymore. Not to civilians. They either believe or they don't. Their opinion does not change what I did. But your granddaughter, she was crying. She was learning. Learning what? Vincent looks at Emma. She was learning that the world is not fair. That people judge based on appearances. That truth does not always win immediately. He pauses. But she also learned that truth does win eventually. It just takes time, and sometimes it arrives in a helicopter. Daniels laughs quietly. My father told me something when I was young. He said that a man's character is not defined by what he says when people are listening. It is defined by what he does when no one is watching. A voice calls out, Master Chief Hayes. Vincent turns. A man in dress whites walks toward them, stars gleaming on shoulder boards. Rear Admiral James Kirkland, commander of Naval Special Warfare Command. Vincent straightens, body instinctively coming to attention. His hand rises in a salute that shakes, but never wavers. The Admiral returns the salute, then extends his hand. Vincent takes it. Vincent, the Admiral says warmly, it's been too long. Admiral, none of that. It's Jim. The Admiral looks Vincent up and down. You look good. Vincent raises an eyebrow. You were always a terrible liar. The Admiral laughs. Okay, you look old, but you're still standing. He turns to Emma. And you must be the granddaughter. Your grandfather and I served together in 1978, Panama. Things went wrong. Our extraction helicopter took fire, went down hard. Emma's eyes widen. Your grandfather pulled me out of that wreck. I had a broken collarbone. He dragged me 200 yards to cover, then held off an enemy patrol while we waited for secondary extraction. Saved my life. The Admiral stands. Vincent, I heard what happened at the school. I want to apologize. Vincent raises his hand. Nothing to apologize for. Teacher was ignorant, not evil. There's a difference. Still, you deserve better. Maybe. But that's the country we protected. One where civilians can question us. We fought so people could have the freedom to be wrong. The Admiral smiles. You always did have a philosopher's heart. They stand in silence, two old warriors watching the sun sink. Vincent, I have a favor to ask. The command is hosting a ceremony next month. We're dedicating a new training building. I want to name it after someone who represents what the teams are supposed to be. Vincent's expression hardens. No. Will you at least attend? Vincent considers. Will there be cake? The Admiral blinks. What? Will there be cake? I suppose we can arrange that. Emma grins. Only if it's chocolate. The sun has fully set. The base has transformed under artificial lights. Vincent and Emma prepare to leave. Master Chief Daniels walks them to a waiting sedan. But before Vincent can reach the car, commotion erupts from the grinder. Voices shout. Boots pound pavement. A group runs toward them through darkness. Daniels tenses, hand instinctively moving toward a weapon that is not there. Then he relaxes. They are the 43 candidates. They arrive in formation, uniforms soaked with sweat. Their faces are exhausted, eyes hollow, bodies swaying. They have been training non-stop since Vincent left them. The lead candidate steps forward. He comes to rigid attention. Others follow suit, forming 3 perfect ranks. Master Chief Hayes, the lead candidate says, voice hoarse. We wanted to thank you before you left, for showing us what we're trying to become. Vincent stops walking. He turns slowly. You're supposed to be on the grinder. Instructor gave us 5 minutes, said if we weren't back in 6, We'd regret it. The candidate smiles despite exhaustion. Worth it. Vincent studies their faces. He sees determination. He sees fear masked as courage. "Can I give you one more piece of advice?" Vincent asks. "Yes, sir." Vincent takes a step closer. When Hell Week comes, you will reach a point where your body shuts down, where your mind tells you to quit, where every rational thought screams that continuing is stupid. The candidates listen, barely breathing. In that moment, you will discover something. You will discover that the body can do anything the mind believes it can do. The pain is real, but your limits are not where you think they are. They are miles beyond what you currently believe possible. He points at the lead candidate. You will want to quit. You will ring the bell in your mind 1,000 times. But every time you refuse to ring it for real, you become someone different, someone stronger. Silence stretches. One more thing. The men who fail Hell Week are not weak. Quitting does not make you less than. It simply means this is not your path. There are 1,000 ways to serve. The teams are just one way. He looks at Emma. But if this is your path, if you cannot imagine doing anything else, then do not let pain or fear or doubt stop you. The men who quit are the ones who have other options. The men who finish are the ones who cannot see any other future. The lead candidate's eyes shine. "Master Chief, will you ever come back?" Vincent considers. His body is failing. Every day brings new pain. Visiting the base today has cost him more than these young men can understand. But looking at their faces, he realizes that his presence matters. Proof that the path leads somewhere. Proof that men can endure. "Yes," Vincent says. "I'll come back." The candidates erupt in a cheer. The sound echoes across the base. Daniel steps forward. "Back to the grinder, gentlemen. Your 5 minutes are up." The candidates about face and run back. Their boots synchronize, creating thunder. As they disappear, their voices rise in a cadence call. Vincent watches them go. "Sir," Daniel says quietly, "what you said about quitting, that's not what most instructors teach. I know. Why say it? Because I've seen what happens when men stay for the wrong reasons. They become SEALs in name only." They reach the sedan. Emma climbs in, already half asleep. Vincent pauses. "Daniels, that teacher. Sullivan. Has anyone contacted him?" The school principal called. Sullivan submitted his resignation. Vincent's jaw tightens. "Call the principal back. Tell them Sullivan made a mistake but does not deserve to lose his career. Tell them Master Chief Vincent Hayes requests they give him a second chance." Daniels stares. "Sir, he humiliated you." "I know. But I want him to learn. And I want my granddaughter to see that mercy is stronger than vengeance." 3 weeks later, Vincent sits in his living room. Afternoon sunlight streaming through windows. The room is modest. Worn couch, old television, bookshelves lined with military history texts and faded photographs. The walls display no medals, no plaques, no evidence of the life he lived. Emma sits on the floor, working on a new school project. This time her teacher is a substitute. Mr. Sullivan is taking a leave of absence, attending sensitivity training, learning about the military community. The school board did not fire him. Vincent made sure of it. Emma's new project is titled, "Why Heroes Don't Brag." She is writing about her grandfather, but also about the lesson she learned. That strength does not need to announce itself. That real power is restraint. Vincent's phone buzzes. A text from Master Chief Daniels. "Thought you'd want to know. All 43 candidates made it through Hell Week. 100% completion rate. Instructors say they've never seen a class push that hard. They credit you." Vincent smiles. He types slowly with trembling fingers. "They credit themselves. I just reminded them why they're there." Another message appears. "Admiral wants to confirm you're coming to the ceremony next month. Promises chocolate cake." Vincent glances at Emma. "Sweetheart, we've been invited to a boring military ceremony. There will be cake. You interested?" Emma looks up. "Is Pop Pop getting an award?" No, they're naming a building. After you? I told them no. But they're doing it anyway. Vincent sighs. Apparently. Emma grins. Then we have to go. And you have to wear something nicer than the cardigan. Vincent looks down at the brown cardigan. The same one he wears every day. The one that belonged to Jimmy Chen. I'll think about it, he says. But he knows he will wear the cardigan. Because buildings and ceremonies and awards do not matter. What matters is the memory. The promise made to a man who did not come home. Emma returns to her project. Vincent watches her work, her small tongue poking out in concentration. She is learning lessons he never had to teach explicitly. That dignity is quiet. That heroes are human. His phone buzzes again. An email. From Mr. Sullivan. Vincent opens it hesitantly. Master Chief Hayes, I am writing to apologize. There are no words adequate to express my shame. I have spent 3 weeks learning about your service, about the SEAL teams, about the sacrifices made by men like you. I learned about Jimmy Chen, about the Mekong Delta, about the pilot you saved. I read after-action reports that have been declassified. I watched the ceremony where you received the Navy Cross and refused to speak, insisting the medal should have gone to someone else. I understand now why you said nothing in my classroom. You had nothing to prove. I will spend the rest of my career making sure my students understand what I did not. That true heroes do not announce themselves. They simply serve. Thank you for ensuring I did not lose my job. I did not deserve your mercy. I will spend my life trying to earn it. Respectfully, Michael Sullivan. Vincent reads the email twice. Then he closes his phone. He does not respond. The apology is enough. The learning is enough. The people who protect us are often invisible. The missions that save lives never make headlines. The warriors who sacrifice the most ask for the least. They walk among us in cardigans and old shoes, carrying canes and memories, hiding scars that never fully heal. Emma finishes her project. She holds it up. The title page features a drawing of an old man in a cardigan standing beside a young girl. Above them, she has written in careful block letters, "Sometimes the strongest people are the quietest." Vincent smiles. His eyes water slightly. That's perfect, sweetheart. Emma climbs onto the couch beside her grandfather. She curls against his side, fitting perfectly into the space under his arm. He smells like old cardigan and coffee. He smells like safety. "Pop, Pop," she says quietly. "I'm sorry I doubted you." "You didn't doubt me, Emma. You were just scared." Vincent knows his time is limited. His body is failing. Every day is borrowed time. But sitting here with his granddaughter safe and proud, he feels something he rarely allows himself. He feels at peace. To everyone who shared where you're watching from, thank you for recognizing those who serve in silence. Subscribe for more stories of unsung American heroes who prove that true greatness needs no announcement. See you in the next one.